Welcome, everybody, to a late night show that we didn't even plan on doing with me, Cash Lee Kelly, and my brother from another mother of another color, Anthony Be the Change Russo. What's up, brother?
What up, Snoop Dogg?
Same old game, man. So I just want to jump right on into this. This was not planned, but I've been watching a bunch of these different clips and hearing a lot of different things out of the lamestream media. So I just wanted to come on here and set the record straight. I have a couple clips that are important for everybody on here to watch. Now, I don't know if you guys notice, but now the liberal side has been coming out trying to condemn rioting and condemn the protesters and tell them that this needs to stop. And they're also blaming everything on guess who?
Donald J. Trump.
The greatest president in American history. Yes, you're correct. So I need you guys to pay attention to this real quick. I'm going to show you a clip. I want to know what you think. All right? Listen to what they say. I can't make this up. This all really happened. This was really on lamestream media.
Actually,
in the streets for as long as there's.
Hold on. This wasn't on lamestream media. This was things that have been accumulated from lamestream media that have now been edited because they won't replay anything like this because they won't take any ownership. So to be clear, they won't show it on lamestream media, but these are clips from lamestream media. Got it.
True enough. But let's listen.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Constitution.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Now, did you guys see this? Did you all see and hear all of the things that was just said right now? All the BS that just came out their mouths. See, to me, that sounds like, at the end there especially, they're trying to hold the country hostage. That was direct threats like, yo, it's not going to stop after that. If Trump wins this election, it's not going to stop. We're going to burn the country down, basically is what they're saying.
If a black conservative put anything like that on social media, they'd be censored. And for that matter, if anybody said anything half as bad as any of those statements, it would be hate speech and they'd be censored. And they are saying this on mainstream news.
Yep. It's messed up. It is messed up, man. I can't believe it.
You know, I thought of something, Cash, because I watched this exact video earlier, and we talk about Hollywood all the time. We're like, Hollywood sucks. Hollywood is corrupt. I have a philosophy and I have a epiphany. Right now, if you're in Hollywood and you speak up in support of Biden or anybody that's a Democrat, you automatically get a pay bump, you get opportunity. So I'm going to choose the positive in this, and I'm going to think that any celebrity that has not outwardly just thrown Trump under the bus is part of the silent majority. I'm actually going to say that. So it's not all Hollywood. It can't be all of Hollywood. It can't.
Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I got another one for you. Listen to this.
I am not sad that a fucking fascist died tonight.
Did y'all hear that?
He's a fascist.
That's disturbing. The guy that got shot, the Trump supporter?
Yeah, in Portland. Patriot Pride. Yeah.
She said she is not sad that a fascist got shot tonight.
You know what they didn't show, and I can't even find the same clip that I watched before. What happened in Portland before that everything went to crap? Because everybody talked about, oh my God, Trump supporters, they got the paintball guns and the tear gas. They're going out there to start a fight. They were using it to protect their trucks. They didn't even intend to get out of their vehicles. And then they were running people over. Well, no, they're trying to get through a light when people are trying to destroy their car. But regardless,
exactly.
Do you realize there was a video and photos that I can no longer find from the internet? They're probably out there, hard to find, of trucks lining the highway, not blocking traffic, but headed downtown Portland, showing their support for Donald Trump. You don't see that because they don't want people to know that there are thousands and thousands of people showing up to counter protest. And by counter protest, just show solidarity that there is people that don't want cities torn down. You won't see that, but I saw it. And I'm going to tell you, there was a line of thousands of vehicles with Trump flags that actually still take pride in this country. And they were blocking the exits. They were blocking the exits.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. There's more of us than there are them, and it's starting to happen. We're starting to see it. I got another clip to show you guys. Right. I want you to see what's been happening because of the first video that you've seen of them pushing and telling people to go out and do these things and encouraging this kind of behavior. Check this out.
I don't care. Call 911.
They're looting the store. Stealing out of the drug aisle.
But they need those because they need to according to AOC, that's how they're going to get bread and butter and jelly for their family.
Yes. Exactly.
Nothing says reparations like Advil.
Nothing like a good old loop.
This is absolutely insane.
It is. It's definitely insane. That's exactly what it is, and it's horrible.
It's got to be Trump's fault though, because he said that he's against looting and violence, and he wants to send troops in. So clearly, it's his fault. It's got to be.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got to be his fault.
Because that makes a lot of sense.
I need you guys, and you know what? Since you just said that, Rusi, let's watch this. Let's watch how Trump doesn't support Black lives. Oh, come on. Stop this.
Come on,
man.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Come on, man. Here we go.
The words and actually knows how to say the words Black Lives Matter. Contrary to what the President of the United States, the current President of the United States does, which is to sow hate and division full time and has never spoken those words and will never speak the words Black Lives Matter.
And Black Lives Matter, nobody's done better for our Black community than me. Nobody, and that is, with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln, it's true.
One more time.
I think it's funny.
And Joe speaks the words and actually knows how to say the words Black Lives Matter. Contrary to what the president of the United States, the current president of the United States does, which is just sow hate and division full time, and has never spoken those words and will never speak the words Black Lives Matter.
And Black Lives Matter, nobody's done better for our black community than me. Nobody, and that is, with the possible exception of Lincoln, it's true.
I love it. God, do I love it. God bless Donald Trump.
There was so much wrong with that video. The way that they, it's such, everything is such a manipulation on the way people are. Like the interview of the way that they were all set up 78 feet apart from each other is such fear mongering. It's like, we know COVID is a real thing. COVID is killing people. Yeah. We get it. But to set the room up with 78 feet between the two of them is just such a manipulation tactic to continue to raise fear in human beings' minds. And that's
all they're doing is fear mongering. That's it.
That's all it is.
But see, this is the thing. They got a tactic that they're using. They're not just fear mongering. They're creating the fear. You might be thinking, Cash, what do you mean they're creating the fear? Well, let me show you. Let me show you. Just horrible right here, what I'm about to show you, bro. You guys, listen, I don't agree with this behavior. Just so you guys know, it's messed up, but it needs to be shown. All right.
No need to run. Nobody's hurting y'all. We're shutting the party down. Nobody's gonna touch you. We're shutting the party down. Calm down. Calm down.
Watch this. This is messed up. Watch this.
I never saw the second half of this clip.
Rochester, New York.
It's actually Rochester, North Carolina, I think.
I thought it said New York in the description. I'll check it again.
It's Rochester. Doesn't matter. It's Rochester someplace.
Either way, it's unacceptable. And this is what's being pushed. This kind of crap is what's being pushed by the far left.
How is that legal? How is that legal?
It's not legal. It's not legal, but since it's in a democratic city, it's okay. It's fine. Let them do it. They're just peacefully protesting. That's all they're doing, Russo. And if you disagree, you're racist. Even though those are white people with a couple black people. It's bullshit is what it is. Russo, you have a clip you want to share?
Yeah, it is New York. I don't know why somebody was telling me earlier there was something happening in North Carolina.
I read it. You know me. I try to read before I put it.
That's fine, man. I was like, I didn't even know there was a Rochester, North Carolina. So, but anyways, All right. Yeah, I got this one. And yes, I got the audio ready. So go ahead. Let me know when you're ready. All right. So this happened in Dallas today, literally right in front of the house I used to live at. And this is, if anybody knows, Brandon Straka is the head of the Walk Away movement. David Harris posted this as well. He had just left this rally in front of the police station, the police department. And this is what him and some of his followers, because he's actually a gay man that walked away, and he's got a lot of female and gay followers that are part of the walkaway movement. And this is how they were harassed. And yes, this is literally the dog park of the building I used to live at about 8 months ago.
That is horrible.
We're being chased by a mob of people outside the police station, a mob of Black Lives Matter protesters.
They followed them all the way up the street.
Where are the police?
They've already thrown shit.
That's in front of the police station. Police can't touch anybody
Trying to get away from them.
without when it's a Black Lives Matter movement protest. They can't do anything anymore. They've literally been handcuffed.
Attacking women.
Do you hear? She's asking if they're here with them. So if you are just part of a group of people that are trying to be there, they're making everybody guilty. This is absolutely insane.
And this is allowed. This is being allowed in our country. This is what our country is going to be like. It's already like this right now because of the Great Divide, okay? This is what you will have to look forward to and be the norm. This won't be something that we just talk about and we're like, I can't believe this is happening. We'll be like, oh, it's happening again. If Biden gets elected, this will be the reality in America. They're okay with this kind of behavior. They're okay with it. Y'all better wake up. This is important. This election is important. Everything is at stake in this election. Our freedom is at stake. The freedoms that we all have right now is at stake, man. They're allowed to do this kind of crap, and it's not okay. It's not okay. Biden and Kamala Harris are okay with this kind of behavior. They called for this. But you know what's funny? You know why I believe they're calling for it? It's because let's say that they do get elected. You're going to think that this is okay to do, right? And then they're going to lock you up. Then they're going to lock you up. So after they encourage you to do these things, you're going to be in bars, man, behind the bars. Underneath the jail. That's all they good for, is locking up black people, manipulating black people. That's what they do. That's what they do. Look through their whole career in the political game. Only thing they've been good for is locking up black folks. That's it. That's it. And then, you know, what really pisses me off is you see all the white people that's a part of the Black Lives Matter movement, right? They feel like Jesus to black people. And wait till you see after all this stuff is done and the Black Lives Matter stuff goes down. Just wait. Then they're gonna be talking. They're gonna get to talking crazy. Mark my words. And they're gonna be talking crazy to black people. And they're gonna be like, "How dare you disrespect me like that? I fought for your rights. If it wasn't for me, you know, if you would have went out there by yourself, they probably would have. But because us white people were out there with, just watch how the tide's gonna turn. They ain't doing this because they care about black people or they care about black lives. The white people that are out there with Black Lives Matter doing the things that these people are doing, they're not out there because they care about black lives. They're out there for the clout to say, hey, you remember this? Remember what I did for you? Remember, I was out there. It's only because of me that's what's gonna happen. Mark my words. Mark my words. They twist things. Mark my words. They feel like there's some type of ambassador or something big because they stand up for black lives, because they black out their profile pictures. There's Black Lives Matter in it.
That creates change. No, it creates change on your friggin' profile. All right, so there's two comments. Sharon said, and it'll only get worse when Trump gets elected. They've already said it'll get worse. And somebody said, yes, I agree. Civil war will be right around the corner if shit doesn't change. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't think there's any avoidance of what's coming right now. It's whether you want to be on the right side of it or the wrong side of it. I mean, because honestly, I think things will be worse. And this is an honest statement. I think things will be worse if Trump wins. But at the same time, sometimes you have to fight for what is right. And even if it causes worse at the get-go, because at the end of the day, if you let them bully us, it could get even way worse. You could have China running the country, and that's not a little joke. That's a legit statement. China, and if you watch, there's been some videos. Nicole Arbor posted a great video earlier, and it's like I can fact check it. China, throughout the China flu that's gone all over the world, has been, while the economic impact has been screwed, they've been buying up bits and pieces and loans because they're very cash positive. So they've been buying a lot of these little countries and giving them loans, which they will default on in the end, which means they will own a percentage of all these little companies and all these little businesses, and China will own the world. So at the end of the day, so the worst thing that can happen in the short term is we continue this civil war that's happening right now, and I think that's literally where we're at, and I hope that it doesn't escalate, but it's looking like it will based on especially the clips that Cash showed earlier. But in the end, things might get peaceful for a couple months after the election, and then next thing you know, it's 2024, and we got to learn how to speak Chinese.
Yeah.
If you see how China runs their country, no matter if you're liberal or if you're conservative, you don't want to be on a system where they've got social ratings and scores, like an episode of the Dark, whatever the hell that show is called. Dark. You know what I'm talking about, Cash? Black Mirror. Black Mirror.
Oh, I love that.
Hey, did you see the one where they have to they get stars, like how they interact with people? That's actually happening in China. Do you want to live like that?
No, I will not live like that. I will not. I will fight for my country until my life is taken, if it comes to that. And there's a lot of other Americans that feel the exact same way. We will not be bought out. That's not going to happen. You can't buy Americans like us, bro. I don't give a damn what happens. They'll never be able to get us to bend a knee. Even if Biden does get elected, God forbid Biden gets elected, I'll tell you right now, there will be the divide that it is right now. There will be the same type of divide without the violence, because people like us, we don't move like that. What we will end up doing is coming together and making sure that we're tight. So if anything does pop off, that we have each other's back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When we go one, we go all. Period.
There's one other thing I want to say, and a lot of people are saying rise up and all that stuff. How we rise up peacefully. We can still rise up peacefully, and there is a way to do it right now. And the fact that the silent majority becomes not silent.
Exactly.
That's the way we rise up. We don't rise up with the ultra counter protests. Let them make themselves look bad. Actually, speak up. And I'm going to tell you, if you lose your job, here's a suggestion. If you start post peacefully but firmly about what you believe in. Things like give me liberty or give me death, or things like I'm a Trump supporter because, and outline policy. And if that gets you fired while you're at it, make sure all the people you work with that are liberals, that are ultra liberals posting super hateful stuff on their page, fake news, screenshot it. And then you have a lawsuit. Fight it in court. Because ultimately, stand up for what you believe in. Stop. And we've had a lot of people talk to Cash and I that are like, I was always afraid to post on my page. I know Amy was one of them. Carolyn's another.
You gave a lot of people their voice, man. And that's the point of it. Speak your mind. Speak it, but speak it in a way that it doesn't cause a divide. And that's the thing. We don't want to divide people. We want to unite people. And that's the whole point of what we're trying to do here. So that being said, normally I don't do this, but tonight we're going to do a little bit differently, okay? So what I'm about to do right now, you could call this number right now, and we will talk to you live on the air. We're going to take 5 callers. All right?
Nice.
So the first 5 people that call in are going to be the 5 people that we let talk on the show. We're going to answer some questions, have a little dialogue, and I think we're going to start doing this as a regular thing when we come on with our nightly news. Is that what we're going to call it? Nightly news?
Sure, I like it. The other thing, while calls are coming in, we should talk. There they go. We should talk about what happened in Louisville today at the Kentucky Derby. We should talk about that.
Let's do it.
Everybody talks about the fact that, oh my God, that white kid that was 17 years old was carrying a firearm. It was an automatic rifle. By the way, it's not. It's called an AR, which is armament something. I always forget the name. It's not an automatic. It's not an assault rifle. It is literally just a version of a gun. Regardless, if you watch the NFAC today, there was, and the only white people can carry guns in public. There was 3,000 militant black dudes with heavy artillery walking up the street. Nobody got shot.
I hear you.
Anyways, all right.
All right, let's take the caller. The first caller is Matthew Brown from pill.net. Talk to him, brother.
I'm busy.
Wow. Okay, I didn't actually even think I was gonna get through. No, I was just watching. And I saw that crazy BLM video. But again, what what you guys are saying about just like people being completely, I guess, not necessarily paralyzed with fear, but just in the way that, like, I don't want to post anything about my views. It's just like, that's exactly true. I don't want to do that because it's like, I have a job. I have, I don't want people showing up at my door, trying to kick it in, or
Exactly.
we're destroying, vandalize my cars or anything, and it's just like, it's tragic. And it's like, I don't know. I don't understand how, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, maybe I'm pathetic. Maybe I should just say something, but it's just.
Say something. Say it.
I don't know if my words are going to even carry the weight.
Say it, brother.
Weight that they should, And it's just like, what I feel about, how do I say this? BLM is probably exactly how you feel about BLM. And it's just like, it's doing nothing but dividing the country.
Yep.
And I mean, we all know, like Russo said, we all know that Corona's there or COVID's there, but the whole situation with causing more panic about it doesn't help anything, and it doesn't cause anybody to unite. And I don't know. As far as I am as a human being, I'm very emotional when I start talking about things, and I don't like to appear emotional in front of like crowds of people. So I hold back a lot because it's rage almost inside of myself.
I hear you,
and
brother.
Yeah,
Let it out.
Like, if I start a rant, I'm going to start like a rage rant, and I don't really want to come off that way. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely hear what you're saying.
Let it out, brother. You gotta.
I just, wanted to call in and just, throw that out there. But appreciate you taking my call.
No problem at all, brother. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna give you a call tomorrow. All right.
All right, sounds good, bro.
All right, brother.
Let it out, people. You gotta let it out.
All right, we got another caller calling in right now. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Same old game, brother. What's your name? Where you from?
Landon Dave from Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine. Yep. Nice to have you on with us, brother. What you want to tell the people?
Just talking about what's going on with this, like, white privilege thing. You got these people on Facebook that keep posting like white silence is violence and you're racist, but you just don't know it yet, and list all these stupid stuff. What's going on? What's going on? Like,
Man, some people are just, they look, so a lot of people in this world, bro, they look for a reason to hate. They look for a reason to talk crap. They look for a reason to look down on somebody. They try to find a flaw. They want to find that, and once they find it, they try to pick at it to get a reaction from you. Now, white privilege, okay, we could say it's a thing, and we could say it's not a thing. And the reason why we can say it is a thing is because in some instances, people who never ask for white privilege get white privilege to create a divide in the people that don't necessarily get white privilege. Now, to say that somebody should be punished for having white privilege, that's messed up, because if you ever did have a white privilege, you probably didn't even know that you had it. So how can somebody be mad at you for having it, for what a police officer did, or for what a judge may have did at your sentencing, or for whatever the case was, but you had no control over it? So don't allow that to affect you, man. And I would say don't even engage in that kind of conversation if you know it's going to set you over the top,
It doesn't get me mad. It's more of like, what could I do to help if that even was a thing? You know what I mean? Like,
well, there's really nothing. Just acknowledge it when it happens. If it ever has happened, or if somebody comes to you like, well, let me give you a story about something that happened with me where white privilege was used and I didn't get the same privilege, you just be sympathetic towards that person's experience. And, you let them know, like, man, I'm sorry that happened to you. I've never experienced anything like that, or I have experienced something like that, and I think it's wrong. We should all be the same. Something like that. Russo, you got anything?
Yeah, same thing. Just you meet that one specific story with the understanding and listening, and at the same time, like, anytime somebody says white privilege is a complete falsity or farce, that's unfair. Because here's the thing: you could take somebody that's from the complete poor end of the tracks, and you can give them a one-day makeover in a suit and a tie and throw them in someplace, and they won't get judged at all by the color of their skin. That is the ultimate what white privilege means. At the same time, 99% of the rest of your life is still based on what you do with it, how you make it, what kind of work you do, how you are to the people around you. So understanding that little things do happen, and some of them are bigger. Like there is some police brutality issues that they might target certain people, and I'm not going to speak for Black people's stories that are well dressed that still get pulled over and pulled out of their car. But ultimately, you just have to understand that there's that, and at the same time, be an ally in a different way than most of the liberal public will say be an ally, which is marching for Black Lives Matter. Be an ally and say, how can I help? How can I find somebody like a Cash out there? How can I find somebody that is African American that needs some help, that needs some advice, needs some whatever?
But I'm gonna tell you what not to do. Don't you ever apologize for it.
Never.
Because you never asked for it, and that is not something that you're obligated to do. You're a regular American like you and me, and people that at the top that created that kind of white privilege term or whatever, the bias that they do use when they try to further the divide, like I say often, it's like the old slave mentality, how they would make the Black slave hate the light-skinned slave. That's what white privilege is. They want Black people to think that white people were treated specially because they give them a extra bone. You know what I'm saying? When really you had nothing to do with that. So don't you ever apologize for that.
Understand it.
Love the skin you're in.
Understand it. Do not apologize. Ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And then
I'm nervous about saying the wrong thing. That's basically, you know what I mean? Like I just don't want to say something comes off wrong and then boom, that's it.
I understand. Don't you worry about that though, brother.
It's a topic you're not going to win on. So just kind of like understand it, move on, and talk about real issues, plain and simple. Because ultimately, what did you do? Like Cash said, what did you really do to hurt them as a white person? Like you didn't.
Exactly, bro. And you just keep on doing that. You just keep on doing that, my brother. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Hey, I appreciate you picking up. Thank you very much, guys.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Hello, you are live with us on the air. How can I help you? What's your name?
Hey, it's Brandon Ryan. It's calling from Minnesota.
What's going on with you, brother?
Oh, no, I'm just working.
Working?
Yeah. Yeah.
What you got for us, man? Talk to us.
Yeah. So all this stuff going on with the riots and whatnot. You know, in Civil War, what it's pretty much looking like right now. You know, I'm hoping that Trump gets reelected, but kind of worried he does. You know, I think it's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
Hello?
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 Yeah, I'm out in the middle of a thunderstorm here.
Where I think the whole country's out in the middle of a thunderstorm right now.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah.
Well, he dropped the mic. We're in the middle of a civil war right now.
It's all good. It's all good. Next caller, come on in. Come on in. Call the line. It's hot. It's hot. We're taking calls tonight. This is cool. I feel like a radio show right now. You know what? Hey, John Anthony, you inspired me, sir. Deontay, bro, wait till I tell you about Deontay. I love him. I'm telling you, bro. Blew my mind today. You're on with us, man. Go right ahead. Hello, hello.
This is Brittany from Oregon.
Hey, Brittany, how you do? Which Brittany?
Brittany Slack.
How are you doing today, ma'am?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Talk to us. What you got for us tonight?
So I'm in Southern Oregon, and I've been following an individual named the Black Conservative Preacher. It's his name. He is
No one calls me
supportive,
that. I'm just kidding.
well,
I'm just kidding.
It's not you.
I know.
Black Conservative Preacher is awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing. So I followed his Trump rally the other night for about 2.5 hours. I don't know, it was like a car wreck. I had to watch it. It was very patriotic and awesome.
Okay.
But our governor is a Democrat, and she went on there and called the rally white supremacists, and they provoked BLM, and that's why our patriot prayer got shot, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's openly saying this. She's always kind of hated the Republican side of the state. Most of us are, except for Portland. And yeah, it it blew my mind that she had said that it was egged on because all they were doing was like playing songs about America, and you know what I mean?
You know, it's just
like
it's a really bad time to be a conservative. Straight up, it's a very bad time to be a conservative, especially if you're a conservative that lives in a democratic state. That is just a hard thing to do, and especially in Illinois. So I can imagine how you're feeling at where you're at right now, because yeah, it's rough. It is rough, but stand your ground, because I'm telling you, after this election, when Trump wins, I think that the world is going to shift into one of the best times that we have ever had, like a time of peace, a time of prosperity, a time of love, a time of pride. We're going to have pride for being an American. And I honestly believe that the Democratic Party will be done after this election. I believe that they will fade away.
I hope so, because man, I'm a veteran, and to not be able to be proud to be an American and love my flag and my president, it's a blow. You know
how sad that is that I just heard that? First off, thank you so much for your service. Real talk, I mean that. I appreciate you. I really do, more than you know. Hey, everybody that's watching right now, if you could throw up something right now that says we support our vets. Support our vets, man.
Throw some flags up.
Just get a hashtag salute or throw me an emoji of a flag in honor of the vet that's on the phone right now, because you guys do not get enough credit. I appreciate you.
Thank you. It's just a messed up world, man. Why can't I love my country without being a white supremacist, or you know what I mean? All these names. So
don't even take it. Let it. Sticks and stones.
Would you like to be on the show with us?
Sure.
You know what? Let me write down your number real quick. Okay. Let me mute my mic on. Hold on, guys. Russo, talk to.
I got you. So I don't know. It's fun. If anybody knows the NFAC guy, the guy that runs that, he claims to be ex-military, and I can't look up anywhere around his military service. So I'm going to count him as a non-vet, just for the reference. But the rest of the vets, y'all rock. Here's the other deal I want to show you guys something. I'm going to make a prediction while Cash is on the phone right now. So in 2016, California was 61.6% voting for Hillary Clinton, 32.8% for Donald Trump. I do not think that California will be a red state this year. But to show that the people are literally living in a world of unrest in their voting, and California is sick of it. Most of them are moving out of the city, or out of the state. I'm going to make a prediction that this next year is going to be closer to the 55-45 number. I think Republicans are going to leap almost 10% in the state of California. That's my prediction now. And Cash and I haven't talked about this yet. On election day, we are going to start middle of the day, probably end of the voting on the East Coast, and we're going to do a 12, 10, 14-hour show that day, just going with live stream of the coverage, bouncing back and forth between different stream networks, and bringing different guests on that day. That's our plan. So that'll be a good time. So make sure you join us on that, because we are going to go hard on election day. At that point, it really doesn't matter. It's whoever is going to vote, whatever way is going to vote. But we're going to be doing that on election
Caller,
day.
how you doing?
Got a new caller.
Oh my God! Hi, Cash.
Hi,
My name's Maddie.
Hi, Maddie. How you doing? Where you from?
I'm from upstate New York.
New York. In the house.
Yeah. Right.
Talk to us. What you got for us tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to say it's a pleasure meeting you, over the phone and hearing your voice. You're a wonderful inspiration to all of us, especially the younger folks out there that need support now.
Well, thank you.
And also your cousin, bro, godfather next to you, Anthony, too. You both are wonderful. I just want to say, listen, I'm a grandma. I follow you on almost every page you have.
Thank
you.
you.
I have to say that I'm worried about the future in one way. These people, these young guys and young girls, I'm like 17 and up, that some of them are clueless of what's really going on, because they don't look at the history, that we've gone through. But, the 20-something, the 30-something, and the 40-somethings are really hurting. And I really, my heart really is broken. It's like you live every day trying to be positive, and at the same time, you wonder, and
But like many of the folks that have spoken, I am not afraid to say I'm a patriot. You know, I come from Hispanic background. I actually was raised with Black people back in the day when I was growing up, from kindergarten all the way up to when I went up to junior high. And so I know the culture so well. I saw the pain. I saw a lot of things, you know, that I wasn't exposed as much, even though I came from a single parent household. So I have a lot of empathy for them. But at this point, because they're being used by all of these, you know, people like Soros and the deep state and all of that.
Oh yeah, don't get me started. You know, I went crazy like a good 3 weeks ago. I went down the rabbit hole and it was all I could think about. So I made a couple videos about it and I went deep into it and it went viral. And now I'm known for that. And they're probably like, you know what, this dude's he's a little extreme. So I had to like tone it down and keep it to myself.
We need a little extreme, but just, you know what? I want you to stay on the platform so badly. I don't want you to lose this platform that you've earned. I have what can I say? I've seen it all, and I appreciate that you have overcome so much.
Thank you.
And you're gonna grow. You're gonna go places. Let me tell you, I feel it in my blood. I feel it in my system. And together, partnering with the people around you, it's a great force. And you haven't gotten there yet, but you will. Just wanted to support you and let you know that I do worry a lot about our 30-somethings that are out there, that they're exposed. They don't know when they're getting off their truck, you know, if someone's going to come over to them and antagonize them. And you're sort of living on eggshells. All of us are, because we all have either a family member or something that can be triggered. And that's what worries me the most. So I can't wait for this election to get moving and that we can have President Trump. And if we have to go through, something, I was in the Army for a short while myself. If I have to protect my turf, I will protect myself. I will say that much. I am not going to bow down to nobody.
There you go. There you go. You know what? You gave me chills right now with the way that you're talking and everything that you're saying. And most of the people that I'm seeing commenting are in support of you, and they feel exactly what you're saying. And
it's the truth.
It is definitely the truth. It is definitely the truth. But as an American, I want you to know that no matter what, and we've proved this time and time again in this country, no matter what, we will always rise above our opposition. Anything that comes our way, we do not have a spirit of defeat in this country. We win. No matter what, we win and we get back up when we fall. So don't you worry. There's more out there just like you and me and Russo and the people that are watching. We have a brotherhood and a sisterhood here in our circle, which is growing rapidly. And yo, don't you worry. You keep your head held high and you keep faith.
I do have faith and I pray every day. And I'm actually going to start praying for you guys too, because prayer is prayer. And when it comes from the heart and you put it out there, I'm going to pray also for everyone that I don't know that's on the page as well. When you send that energy out, it goes out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like super religious, but I do have faith and I do believe in a higher power, You
know what? I heard that.
And so, but I'm just saying, don't curse on your videos so you don't get banned.
No, it's not the cursing. It's not the cursing that gets me banned. It's the personal shots that I take at some people with the curse word behind it. Like if I was to call them like a I won't say the word. I'm just gonna start beeping myself. I can't stand that beep beep mother beep, like that.
Get that little heavy squeezy balls or something you put in your head of stress balls and you hold it on, and so when you get that impulse to press, just squeeze as hard as you can.
I got you. Squeezy balls for my stress. Got it.
Actually, she brings up a great idea. We should have Erica sitting next to her all the time.
Mouth.
No, squeeze.
Dirty, filthy mouth, bro.
Have her squeeze your balls every time you swear.
And I love how you love Erica. It's just, I'm telling you, you give me goosebumps every time. You say, oh my God.
Yeah, I love her to death. That's my girl. She's been my sidekick, straight up. Me and her are like freaking partners. She's like the Catwoman to my Batman. when Catwoman turned good and they got married in the comics. I don't know if you guys are DC fans, but I am. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. But I love that passion and that sweetness that you both have, and I love that you're not afraid to say it.
No, real men show love for their woman.
That's right, and they take care of them, absolutely. So I see all these wonderful qualities about you. You tell your mom and your family when you go home, tell them that you have the biggest fan right here, Maddie.
I appreciate you, Maddie.
And I love you guys, you know, and I see you as a son, so I just want you to stay around and keep talking to us and keep lifting us because you're doing a great job.
Maddie, thank you so much. Do me a favor and screenshot me a picture of your Facebook so I can add you as a friend.
Oh, thank you. My Facebook is going to look like, because, you know, September 11th is coming, so you're going to see the Empire State Building thing on it.
Yes, ma'am. That's fine with me. Send me the message right now so I can add you on there, and we're going to be friends, my sister.
Thank you. So sweet. And bless you, okay? All of you. And Anthony, you too, okay?
Thanks, sweetie. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, man, I swear I'm doing this more often. This is nice.
So we got John Anthony, great idea. Nikki, do you remember Nikki had this idea on like the first time we did our group meeting? She was like, "You guys should take calls on the show." We're like,
"Yep,
yeah, we'll see if that works." It works.
It's working. It's working. What's up, brother? Hey, I'm so sorry that I had to decline your call a couple times, and everybody is watching me right now. When I decline your call, I have to because it goes beep beep over the phone. So I'm denying this call that's coming in right now. I will try to call you back. I'm calling you back because I said that I would. How are you? What's your name? Where you're from? And what you want to say?
Wow, so I'm making you talk to the great Cash.
I'm not that great.
My brother?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
So I'm calling you from the Texas, Cash. I don't know if you've seen my post I sent you, but I'm out here in California. I work night side on the docks over here in Oakland.
Okay.
And, you know, I caught your first video, the first one that went viral.
Yeah.
First, I'll give you a little background on me real quick. I'm Caucasian. I was born in Southern California, but I was born in the barrio. So I was a minority in my neighborhood.
The barrio.
So naturally, as I grew older, I got married. My wife is 100% Hispanic, so our kids are biracial.
Okay.
So just to give you a history on as far as what I was trying to let you know about what's going on over here in the docks. First off, I've never voted before. This is going to be the first year I vote because, like you, I found out, whoa, I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
When I first started working down here in the docks about 8-9 years ago, we'd get about 7 or 8 ships in here a week. And the only thing we'd be sending back to all these countries in Asia, mainly China, was empty boxes. About 3.5 years ago, we started shipping out imports. What I call imports is boxes that have stuff in them. So I noticed that once Trump became president, we started actually shipping out stuff made in America. And one of the biggest things that I've noticed is that even though we are a democratic state, and everybody over here, you know, thinks Trump's a racist, this and that, he's done so much for my industry and our industry, and all these people out here are blind to the fact that we are actually, for the first time, sending stuff back to them. Not empty containers, but containers with products. He's made them buy our products. And the cost to ship stuff in has gone up for them. So, you know, if we go back to the way it was before, we're going to be sending empty boxes. And those boxes are a lot cheaper than the ones with products in them. And I've been sending you messages showing you.
I'm going to have to. What's your name on Facebook, brother? Matter of fact,
Jake Bassett. I wrote it down.
No, this is not.
Oh, different one. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
my
the
bad.
brother we're talking to. What was your name, bro?
My name is Randy.
Randy, look, Randy, do me a favor. I need you to screenshot me a picture of your profile on Facebook, and I'm gonna add you on Facebook so I can find your messages. Just so everybody knows, I do try to get through all my messages. I'm still going through them. I'm not lying to you. I try to do 50 messages a day.
I appreciate you taking my call. I know you get thousands of them.
Yes.
I work nights. So my day starts over here on the West Coast about 6 o'clock at night. Sometimes I don't get out of here till 4 or 5 in the morning. So whenever you go live and you do your late night ones, oh man, I look forward to them every night here at work. I'm just sitting on the dock watching.
You know what, man? I'm gonna make sure I keep it going, bro.
I like the late night ones.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna keep it going for you, man. I'll do the late night things for you.
I couldn't see your videos. I need some more motivation, so I have more knowledge to come up with the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what? Just so everybody knows, a faster way to get a hold of me, believe it or not, is actually Twitter, because not a lot of people directly inbox you on Twitter. I think I have maybe 4 inboxes, and I got like 7,000 followers. So if you inbox me on Twitter, and I'm gonna put my Twitter in the caption.
While he's doing that, there was something really important that he said. It's much bigger than just your industry. What was his name? What was his name again? Randy. It's so much, but people don't realize, like, even more so than certain industry in the middle of the country and in the heartland and all the different stuff we're doing. Importing, exporting is what makes our country cash positive. So the fact that he has noticed a huge difference in the ships going in and out, that's exponentially big on our economy across the country. It goes much more than just his job. That's huge.
Because you're right. That's the thing that caught my eyes. I'm on the front line, so I see when we're loading back all these empty boxes after that empty box. Then all of a sudden I start seeing, whoa, we're shipping out some boxes with stuff in them. Well, what's in it? That's American products.
Mm-hmm.
When did we start doing this? And then every month for like 2 years now, it's gone up every month. It's, whether it's 4%, 5%, 6%. This terminal's been open for almost 93 years. We broke records 2 years in a row now.
That's huge.
For the most export ever.
That's dope.
That's huge. Well, you know what though? That you're taking business away from China. He's racist. He's taking business away from China. It's racist.
See, that's what I'm saying though. That's what he means when he says "Make America Great Again," bro. You hear that?
Like countries like Taiwan and the Philippines and all these other countries.
Sorry, Nicole.
Okay. Made here in the USA. It's not even 1/10 of what they're shipping in here, but I can guarantee you 3 years ago we were shipping nothing but empty containers back to them so they can fill them up and have us buy their stuff and bring it back. Feel me?
You know what, man? I'm so glad that I took your call. I really am, because you just told a truth that I've been saying. That's what he meant when he said "Make America Great Again." He wants to make us an exporter, not an importer.
You said that on the video that's going to Trump.
I've been trying to give you the knowledge that I see down here, some of the numbers like flash.
It's important.
I think we need to have him on the show to talk about this. When are you working tomorrow, brother?
No, I'm off tomorrow.
All right, look, screenshot me a picture of your Facebook. Hey, screenshot me the profile picture of your Facebook. I'm going to add you, and we're going to also have you come on the show if you're willing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll absolutely come on the show. I'll screenshot you as soon as I hang up.
All right, my brother. You have a great night, all right?
Hey, Cash, you keep doing what you're doing, brother. You're reaching people all over this country, bro.
Thank you, man.
And it might not seem like it, but it's affecting a lot of us out here, bro. Especially in California, because, we got to be real quiet around here with all these. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, brother. Don't worry about it, man. I got your back, and I appreciate your support, man. It means a lot to me, brother. So thank you so much, Randy. You're the man.
Thanks, Randy.
Please make sure you send me that picture. Unite, don't fight. Be a street light. Only you can be the change that you want to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, remember to breathe, America. Randy, I love you, my brother. I appreciate you calling.
All right, take care now.
All right, bud.
Bye-bye.
If anybody's wondering, this is Squad Goals. I have on the down low some of our side streetlight fans. We're the Golden Girls, and I'm one of the ladies. So,
oh my god! Oh my god!
There's a lot of props on the shirt.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. It's good to hear your voice over the phone. I've been watching you now for about a week. I picked up on you.
That's dope. New follower. I'll take it.
So let me just start off by saying I appreciate what you guys are doing here. The message that you guys are putting out, it's helping out a lot of people. I'm trying to get your message out there and share it for everybody. But, there's just so much to talk about right now. I just kind of wanted to touch on something that's been hitting home with a lot of people that I know, which is, people losing family and friends over everything that's happening.
Yeah, man.
I happen to be fortunate to where it doesn't really bother me that bad for some reason. You know, like if whenever somebody, a friend of mine or a family member, even if they take that stance, and they want to give you the boot and kind of push you out of their life for supporting, what I look at is being good. Then I don't really look at that as a loss. I just look at it like, the kind of like the trash is taking itself out for me, I guess. But Trump, he, whenever I look at the stuff that some of the people that I've debated on, like a lot of the people that I've had problems with, they'll say stuff like, well, they don't like Trump's attitude. They don't like how Trump talks. And I don't know if you guys run into this or not, but anytime I say, well, what do you like about Biden, or what has he done?
He's not Trump.
Yeah. What has he done in his life, or what is he? Give me some of his policies that you support. And they say, well, Trump's a racist. I'm like, okay, well, I could sit there and feed them 20 different, comments that I'm not saying Biden's a racist. I don't know what he is, but I know Trump definitely isn't a racist. But they don't have anything to give you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll basically just kind of, they don't like his attitude. I have an Aunt Judy who recently, took herself out of the picture because, I was showing that, how she says she's, religious, or, she's, I guess a Catholic. And so she says, she's against abortion. And so I show her, I say, well, look, Biden and Kamala, that, they're pro-abortion. I mean, didn't they just get endorsement by Planned Parenthood?
Well, Kamala is actually trying to pass a bill that after your baby is born, you can abort it. That's not true. I just made that up. I just read misinformation. It was sarcasm. That's not true. I just made that up. I was joking. It was a funny. But that's how close she is to it, because she is pushing something for like very late in terms of pregnancy to be able to do that. It's messed up.
Yeah, I think they call it third trimester abortion or something like that. I don't know, but
yes.
I know everybody has different beliefs on it, but whenever you sit there and you say, okay, well, you don't believe in abortion, and and show them what their heads on abortion, or you don't believe in riots, and looting and stealing and all this stuff, and they'll argue with trying to say that that it's all peaceful protest, that it's not all like that, and I don't know, are we watching something different than what these people are watching?
I don't know.
Hold on. Wait, hold on a second, man. So check this out. I wanted to fact check that about Kamala Harris supporting abortion until the time of birth. This is Snopes. This is how crooked Snopes is. They rated it as a mixture. And as I always say on PolitiFact and on Snopes, to actually read the paragraphs underneath it so you can make your own judgment, because most people are just going to go, oh, mixture, it's a little false, a little true. It said, what's false in it? She has not explicitly stated that she supports the termination of a pregnancy at any time just before birth. That's what's false, because they use the word she has not explicitly stated. However, Harris has not explicitly stated she supports abortion to the moment of birth, but she's advocated for policies that allow for late-term abortions, for example, when the mother's life is at risk. So when she was asked, is there a point where abortion would be considered immoral? And Harris did not offer a direct answer, instead saying, I think it's up to a woman to make that decision. I will always stand by that. So that is the exact same as saying you support late-term abortions, that if you always leave it up to the choice of the woman, which there's a difference in my opinion between pro-choice and pro-third-term abortion, and that's how Snopes rates that as misleading and a mixture. No, she supports late-term abortion. Case closed.
Can I tell you guys something real quick? I gotta tell you something. You want to know why? Do you really want to know why white liberals love Joe Biden?
Yeah, I'd like to know. I don't get it.
I'm gonna tell you why right now. Racist liberals love Joe Biden because they know that he's going to lock up a lot of black people.
Yeah.
That's not a joke, and it's not a fact. But in my mind, it is both.
Yeah, I mean, look
that
at
makes sense.
The 1994 crime bill, man. I'm 44 years old, so I was around whenever he put that into effect, and all the, I mean, Jesus, it like everything that they stood for at that time. That's what I mean. It was like mass incarcerations. You know what I'm saying?
It strikes me so odd that Trump has done so freaking much for America, not just even Black America, and he's not even a president that's geared towards just African Americans. He's not a president just for Black people. Yet he has done more for Black people than any other president, maybe besides Lincoln, ever in American history. Even before he was president. That's the crazy thing about it. And then you got these liberals, man. Let me rephrase that. Not liberals. You had these far left believing people, not liberals, far left believing people that Trump is just this bigot, racist,
that's not far left anymore.
Monster.
But it's not liberals, it's Democrat. I think the Democrats have moved further left than the liberal ideology. So it's Democrats. It's not even far left.
I meant to say just the far left, man.
Just Democrats.
Not all Democrats are far left. So I don't want to say that because I got a lot of friends that are Democrats that are borderline, but they identify as Democrats, and they're good people. They're really good people, and there's
I got a couple myself, and we go rounds because like the one gentleman, I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. My family, my dad worked for General Motors.
Oh shit,
people,
8 Mile.
So yeah, I grew up.
Palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on the
sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Forgot what it wrote down. All right.
I grew up as a Democrat. My dad, my whole family was Democrat up until, I even voted for Obama twice, which I don't like to admit the second one, but I did. It is what it is. But
I feel you. We all mess up sometimes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
you didn't even vote.
So the Democrats that I know now that I knew from back in the day, I talk to them like, how, and I send them stuff and I talk to them and I say, look at this stuff, look what they're saying, and it's not that. There's so many people that are still saying that they're going to vote for Biden because they're a Democrat, and I just don't get that, man. I'm like, you know what? If you want to say, okay, you cannot reward these people and this behavior with a vote simply because you're a Democrat, right? If you care about the Democrat Party and you don't want to just up and abandon it, right? You don't have to vote Democrat in the presidential election just because you're a Democrat, man. I was like, you can't reward these people with your vote. This is like their last chance, man. Look at these Democrats. Nancy Pelosi.
She needs to go on ahead and go into a museum, bro. I don't even know how that fossil's still moving around.
I had no issue with her going into the hair salon, by the way, until she blamed the salon on it. That's about it.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the whole Nancy Pelosi and the hair salon thing. Okay, what pisses me off is that she goes on the news and then blames them and said that they set her up. Mind you, they've been closed, all right? And they weren't making a lot of money. And you know what really pissed the owner off? Did you guys hear her when she was on the news?
No.
What really made her mad is that Nancy Pelosi comes in there not wearing a mask. She was not wearing a mask when she came in there. And she goes, well, if you're not wearing a mask, then why the hell am I shut down? Why is it that it's okay for you to not wear a mask, but you're the one saying that it's so bad out here?
And you hear Nancy Pelosi said when she was called on, she goes, I wasn't wearing a mask. I just had my hair washed, and I don't like having a mask on when my hair's washed. That is literally the time you are closest to your damn barber.
They set her up. They told her that she had to take her mask off to blow dry her hair.
Oh no! See, I heard a different clip where she was like, "It's only when I was getting a wash and a shampoo, I don't like my mask on then." So she's already changed her stories twice. I don't know how. I don't get how Nancy Pelosi is still considered the third in line for the presidency. She hates Trump so much simply because she should be one of the swamp drains that he should have already done by now. She's one of the worst, if not the worst.
Clog up the drain, bro. That's how big her corruption is. She would clog up the drain.
I tell you what, I don't want to go down that. I don't want to go down the mask rabbit hole too far, but I'll
just say this, man. Up here in Michigan, because we got a tyrant governor, man. She's awful, right?
Oh, she's bad.
Everything's pretty much still shut down for the most part. But she's like opening stuff up, right? So here's what she says this last time. She says, "All right, well, I'll give you an example. We're gonna open up bowling alleys, right? But for only outside events. Like, what the hell? What are you gonna do? Bowl outside? What do you mean outside events?" So she opens up these different things, but she puts restrictions on them to where you can't actually utilize the service.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man.
And then to go into stores, and I know everybody feels this way, whether you believe in wearing a mask or not. It's for those of us that aren't wearing a mask. It's like, my wife, she don't even go out in town anymore, man. She like sends me to go grocery shop, and she'll send me to go do different things because she doesn't want to put a mask on, and she's scared of the retaliation,
Yeah.
So and if she does go out in town, she always makes me, she'll make sure that I go with her. She says because I look mean and she don't think anybody will say anything. But I actually had a woman confront me in a Kroger store. I was walking through there. This woman stand there. She's probably about 30 years old. She had her little daughter with her, and she confronted a grown-ass man in the middle of Kroger, and made a smart comment. Now, I corrected her in a positive, in a good way. I wasn't mean or nothing, but I let her know that it wasn't real smart to do that. You probably shouldn't be confronting grown men in a Kroger's, anywhere.
Right.
Especially when you got your little 7, it looks like she's probably about 7 years old, But see, whenever you got like, Maxine Waters and you got all these people like that clip you played earlier where it said, get out there, get in their face,
Right.
do this stuff. That's why these people are emboldened to do this. And, it's causing people to get hurt. There's got to be some accountability for them saying that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
There should be, but there isn't. And that's the sad part about it. But my brother, I'm not trying to hurry and rush you off the phone. I appreciate you calling in, man. We're going to be doing this on a regular. All right. So I'm going to be taking calls on a regular from now on. So save this number. This is the number that you could call in and call, and I will answer sometimes if I'm not too busy. But I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Your opinion was great.
And you guys have a good night. I'll be here listening to you for the rest of the night till you're off. So I'll talk to you later.
Got you, my brother.
Hey, Cash, there's one thing we got to cover because I've seen a lot of white females in the box saying that they're scared right now.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
And so I don't even know how to address that, man. Like, I don't. What
is it that you're scared of?
I think the couple like they're talking about the unrest, like kids out, like they don't want to go do things like in fear of if they bump into a BLM rally or things like that. And I get it. Like I can't imagine my mom as a single parent, 5'3" and 105 pounds, 110 pounds, raising me, going someplace downtown as a kid or going to like downtown Dallas. I was raised in Vegas and St. Louis. St. Louis. I can't imagine me being 10 years old and me being with my mom, like trying to go someplace. I don't even know. Like,
yeah, it's a tough one, man. It is. I mean, just be careful. That's all I can say. There's really nothing that you can really say to that. You know what I mean? Like, I get it that you're scared. I understand. It's just, I don't want to say like, don't be scared. They're trying to make you scared by fear mongering. But at the same time, we show these clips where these people are actually going into restaurants where people are sitting down and eating, not even bothering nobody. And they're going in there and flipping freaking tables and cups and chairs being thrown. Like, it's a rough time. So I would say, look, spend this time getting closer to your family. Try not to go out, especially if you live in an area where they're prominent at, where they are doing these things at. Like, if you're in a little small town and that ain't going to be happening out there, then you're good. Like if you're in Texas, you way good because you got to stand your ground. And in Florida, the same way. They only pull this stuff in cities and states where they know that they can. They will not do it in a place where they know they could probably get popped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Dallas, I mean, that happened in Dallas today. So here's the big thing. And a lot of people are saying, go get, buy a gun, whatever. Don't just go buy a gun. There is nothing more dangerous than a gun owner that doesn't know how to properly use their gun. So don't think that a gun is going to protect you. We are animals by nature. Use your maternal instincts. And if you don't feel safe someplace, don't be ashamed to leave. Don't be afraid to leave, but continue to live your life. Live your life until the point where something feels off, and then just always trust your gut. And if you feel like leaving someplace and nothing happens, great. Download some of the police scanner apps. There's a lot of community apps that'll allow you to know if something's going down, something's going on. Enjoy the daytimes with your families. And I know that sounds sick that we have to say that right now, but just follow your instinct. And if you really want to learn how to use a gun and get a concealed license and all that stuff, take classes, take several classes, really learn to shoot, learn to handle, etc. So don't just go get a gun.
I agree. Before we get up off here, because we do got to get up off here.
Yeah.
I just want to share I just want to share one more clip with you guys, just to encourage you a little bit. All right.
Latrobe.
Well, over the last
beer
3.5 years, we've secured America's borders, fixed our broken trade deals, rebuilt the United States military, obliterated the ISIS caliphate 100%.
We forget about that.
American energy independence and built the single greatest economy in the history of the world. And now we're going to do it again. Have to do it again.
You're muted.
I love it. I love it. Be encouraged by that, because that's the truth. We forget about a lot of those things. He's done a lot. So imagine how much more can be done. We have to win this election. So we need people to be bold. Express your views in a way of love, right? Speak up, but do it from a place of love. Make them wonder why you're such a positive person, why a conservative is the way that they are. Being conservative means be conservative. You know what I'm saying? Be conservative, especially when you talk to people, and show them the love, man. Show them the love.
Have a liberal heart. Have a liberal heart and have a conservative sense of facts.
Have a liberal heart with a conservative sense of facts. That was a shot, but actually clever. That was a good shot, but it was surprisingly clever. That was good. You got any final thoughts for him, Rusi?
You know what? I'm going to say something at the beginning of the next episode. We got a whole bunch of people on here. I want to stress something. I've actually had some discussions with my career and what I'm doing. And if people don't think, I want to be very clear. I'm putting myself out there as well. I know I would say that I am at a poker table going all in for my belief system and standing up for it, because there is a chance in the industry that I am in that, since I'm a freelancer, that I may, as the country opens back up, not be able to get work in the typical fields that I have worked in the past. So I've already had warnings about that, and I am going to continue to speak on what I believe in. And as I said earlier, follow the people you work, follow the other ones and the ones that have opposing views, and be safe. Just take screenshots. Just arm yourself with knowledge that you are not being the hateful one. So be kind, but it is time that we speak up. Period.
Definitely.
And I'm wearing my Chad Purda hat. He's running for Dallas County Sheriff. It's a big deal in Dallas. Make sure you also vote for him.
Keep America great, baby. Trump 2020. So you guys, I love you. I stayed on way longer than I thought I was going to, but it's okay. It always happens like that. We do this. We do it for you guys, trying to bring awareness and just have the discussions. I need you guys, though. I really do. I need you guys to be encouraged. I need you to be bold. I need you to be loud. Not in the sense where you're screaming, but be loud about your beliefs, about who you're voting for, about why you're voting for them, and do it in a way that you can articulate it to where someone doesn't want to just leave. You know what I'm saying? Do it from a place where they'll just be like, okay, well, let me hear them out. It's not ever what you say. It's always how you say it. That being said, unite. Don't fight. Be a street light, because only you can be the change that you want to see in the world. And if you get too stressed out, just remember to breathe, America. Woo! Yeah, brother!